Good afternoon, this is Lindsay Tolles with KHTS Radio, reporting here in Canyon Country at the back of the Vallarta, here on Soledad Canyon Road and Shangri La Drive. Here, as you can see in front of me, there is a car that has gone into this embankment. It is being held here in this position, attached to a rope by a fire truck. Now, this is right in the back of Vallarta in Canyon Country, just off of Soledad Canyon Road, where I'm standing. Prior incidents reported that this car was a single car accident that went into this embankment here. Not sure how this happened, but you can see in front of me there's a lot of wreckage. This car is up on this embankment being held by this rope on by this fire truck here on this side of the embankment, right behind Vallarta. And then down here you can see it has taken down a tree, one of these trees over here. A pretty strong tree too, so you can tell this crash was pretty hard. This tree has fallen into the road and traffic is being redirected down on this road. You're not going to be able to get through onto this side going up into that neighborhood over there because that tree is blocking the way. There's also a lot of wreckage. As I pan my camera here, you can see a lot of pieces of the car have made its way several feet from the actual car itself. Now, I got here a few minutes after this incident occurred, so it's unclear if this is actually where this vehicle crashed or if it's been moved by firefighters, because as you can see, there's a rope attaching this car in this position to this fire truck here, so it's unclear whether or not how this car exactly got into this position or if it was moved before I came onto scene. But as you can see, firefighters are trying to get this car off of this embankment. I'm not sure how they're going to do this, if they're going to tow it up back over here onto Vallarta or back onto that street there. Not a lot of wiggle room for them to do that up here with the tree and the sign, and there's just traffic going through on the other side over here. So we'll see how this plays out. No traffic has been impacted by this accident on Soledad, so on that main road you're going to be okay. This is more in the back corner, right behind Vallarta, off of Soledad, and in front of me right here is the Canyon Country Library. As you can see, a lot of first responder personnel here. We've got some deputies, a fire truck blocking this lane so that cars can still get through on this side, but it is protecting this scene right here. And then we've got personnel up here as well. Initial reports indicated that this person was trapped in their vehicle. Obviously, if this is a pretty hard situation to be in, not sure how you would get out of the vehicle on your own. And if you look a little closer at the windshield, it's completely shattered. There's a lot of glass in this area, so that person was trapped. There was only one person in this vehicle that I know of as of now, but it's unclear whether or not that person was transported to the hospital. I don't see any ambulances here where I am currently, so they might be on their way. The person might be okay, or they might have already been taken to the hospital. So I will get that information for you guys confirmed later on. Of course, the story will be up on our website at hometownstation.com. So we'll have more information hopefully on who was actually in this vehicle and if they're okay, the extent of their injuries. It does look like a very gnarly crash here. We can see that the windshield has been completely shattered by that tree. There's debris just everywhere. I'm looking at some of the comments. The make and model of this vehicle, I can't be completely sure because it looks like the logo and stuff that would tell me that is just completely up in the air or completely demolished down there. But it is a gray vehicle that I'm looking at here, four-door, right off of Vallarta in this embankment. Hopefully we can get more information later on what this car actually is and who was occupying it and how they're doing. So this crash happened about I would say about 20 minutes ago. It was first reported, and I just got on scene a couple of minutes ago, and this is the state of the vehicle. So first reports indicated that there was a car in an embankment and that there was a person trapped. And I think once those first responders got on scene, they saw just the extent of this car crash, and now we have more personnel here. Just as I was leaving the station, we have scanners at the station, I was hearing a car in embankment, person trapped, before I left and came onto this scene. So not much information is known as of now. I won't know much until I get back into the station and can start talking to officials and get all that information confirmed for you guys, and hopefully up on hometownstation.com, up on our website and our socials. So keep a lookout further today for more of that information. If you can see, I'm gonna try and get a little bit closer here, but if you can see right where that car meets the embankment and meets that tree, that is the point of impact there. You can see how it completely brought down this tree and actually skinned it so that bark came off. This tree is just completely demolished right here, and we've got shattered windshield. That whole front of the car is pretty wrecked up. I think those are airbags. It's kind of hard to see from my position, but there are airbags deployed in this vehicle. As far as I know, there was only one occupant in this vehicle, and that person was trapped in their car. Obviously, they could not get out from this position, but has now been removed. There is no one in this vehicle right now, and I am not sure where they have gone. Most likely have been transferred to the hospital, whether or not they had extensive injuries, just to be checked up on. But yes, as of now, only one person was in this vehicle that I know of, and it looks like they're going to try and try and clean up this mess right here. They're gonna have to try and get this vehicle out from this position where it's literally up in the air here, and this tree that has fallen into the street, blocking traffic. As you can see, some first responders taking their own photos, because this is a pretty unique thing to see here, a car in this position, just almost completely vertical. This is a very steep embankment. It's really hard to even call it an embankment, the way that it just kind of cuts off completely here. Again, this is in the back of the Vallarta off of Soledad, and in between the Vallarta and the Canyon Country Library here. You're gonna be okay going off on Soledad on that main road. No traffic has been blocked or anything as a result. This is a pretty isolated incident, only one vehicle, one person, and one location. But if you are trying to get from Soledad up into this neighborhood here, I don't exactly know what it's called, but it's right here, up into those houses over there, you're gonna have some trouble, but I think these first responders here are managing the traffic that's coming in and out here. Now, when I first arrived on scene, there was that red rope that the firefighter is folding up. It was attached to the car, and it seemed like it was holding it up, but it seems like if I go over here, there is a chain connected from that tree to this car here that's holding it up in that position. So there is a tow truck right behind this fire truck here, so they're obviously going to tow this truck, and there is another one right there. So not sure what their play is here, how they're going to get this down. It could go either way, but luckily this person is out of their vehicle, and hopefully they're okay. But there is a lot of damage here. So again, hopefully we'll have more information for you guys at hometownstation.com. I'm just now getting information from the newsroom here. It looks like they did transport the person who was in this vehicle to the hospital. Not sure the extent of their injuries or anything like that, but they did take them to the hospital. This does look like a pretty bad crash that one would likely be brought to the hospital for. This person was trapped in their vehicle for a fairly long time. They worked on extricating this patient for over 20 minutes, which is a very scary position to be in as a driver, to be trapped in your car like that. But our first responders worked very quickly to try and get this person out as soon as possible, and they're on their way to the hospital right now, so hopefully they're doing okay. We'll have more information up on this crash, more confirmed information at hometownstation.com later on. We'll have more pictures and footage for you guys. But thanks so much for tuning in and being patient here. When I first rolled up, there were a lot of bystanders as well. I'm sure this crash caused a lot of attention here. There's a lot of bystanders behind me taking their own footage. So hopefully you'll see more videos just on social media. Again, I'm right behind the Vallarta, just off of Soledad Canyon Road and between the Canyon Country Library and Vallarta, where this crash has just occurred. It occurred maybe a little over 30 minutes ago now, and they're just working on cleanup here. This truck is now backing up to the scene here, so it seems like they're going to try and lower it down as gentle as possible here. Again, a lot of interested bystanders here, of course. This crash has attracted a lot of attention. It's quite a sight to see. But that is mostly all the information I have for you guys right now. One person was in this vehicle. They were trapped for over 20 minutes here and have been now taken to the hospital. This crash has taken down a tree here. It's blocked this traffic over here. And they're just now gonna try and lower this over here. Not a lot of traffic impact, luckily, so you'll be okay going past Soledad. And they're just gonna try and clean up this car over here. So any more information will be available at hometownstation.com and on our Facebook and on our Instagram. I'm gonna take a few more photos of the scene, try and get a little bit closer, so that's where I'll leave you guys now. Thanks for tuning in. This has been Lindsay Tolles with KHTS.